Hi, I'm Tasha from FitnessBlender.com, and today I've got your no cardio upper body strength workout. Warm up is 4 minutes long. The workout itself is about 18 minutes, and that includes 3 upper body circuits and 2 upper body intermissions. Cool down is about 4 minutes long. For equipment today, you'll need your light and medium weight selections along with the mat. I'll show you some modifications along the way. Let's go ahead and get started with warm up. Warm up is 4 minutes long, 30 seconds per exercise, no rest between exercises, and no repeats. We get started in 10 seconds. Squat with arm circles. You don't have to go your full range of motion for this squat. Take those feet shoulder distance apart. Sit close to your park bench. Take those arms back and forwards, or forwards and back. It actually does not matter which way you choose to rotate your arms first. This is just all about lubricating the joints and getting the heart rate up, the muscles warm, some blood flowing. Upper body workout, but your lower body is still involved. Hinge with a Y raise is next, so pretend like you're doing your deadlift, but just about halfway. Hinge from those hips, sink it forward, chest, imagine that you're planting it onto the ground. Feel that lengthening in the hamstrings, and then raise those arms up, biceps come by those ears, shoulders stay away from the ears though. Getting some nice lubrication for those shoulders. Lats turn on just a little bit. You're going to take it to the edge of your space. Inchworm, renegade rows. But there's no weight, so it's kind of fun, right? Pause here. Keep those hips square. Imagine you're pulling that weight up towards your hips, elbow to ceiling. You can alternate which arm begins the row. You win a reward because I don't always remember. We're going to stay down here. Bring our knees to the ground. Push-ups. So you're right above those kneecaps. Chest is aiming for right in between those thumbs. Elbows come out at about a 45-degree angle. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips slightly tucked. Yeah, it's a lot to remember. But we are foreshadowing and prepping for the push-ups that are in this workout. I heard you celebrate so much right then. Coming up to that plank position, step whichever leg in, squat, and then stand up tall. Make sure your chest stays above your glutes before you stand up and before you step it back. You can always have a nice stable base to place those hands on that's above the ground. Makes it a little easier. We're going to stay up nice and tall. Fingertips tickle the ears. Doesn't matter which leg goes behind you. Reverse lunge. Rotate towards that front leg. Step tall center and switch. Driving through a nice flat foot of whichever leg is in front. Trying to keep those shoulders from creeping up. So you got a little balance work here as well. I'm already sweating almost profusely. Stepping running man, opposite arm, opposite leg. Takes me a while to get into. I have to stare at my feet. Just tapping it back as quickly as you need to go to get your heart rate up. And my right arm, then I have to literally look at the left leg and tell it to move. Same deal, tapping it out for our alligator jacks up next. Arms at a diagonal. Open and close. Stepping laterally so you can cover some ground if you want to, or you can stick center. It's whatever you need to do. We have a quick 30 seconds off before we go into circuit number 1. 4 exercises, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 2 rounds. I'll grab my mat. It's an exercise where we'll be putting the weights down on the ground. Trying not to scare the neighbors. Starting off with our alternating military press. This is our medium weights circuit. This is just a suggestion, you don't have to do it. I'm going to start with 15 pounds, 6.8 kilograms. Palms forward, one at a time. A little bend in the knees. Wrap the weights, palms out, pressing one at a time, keeping the other arm engaged. These are quick 20-second intervals, so if you want to challenge the weight, do so. But that challenge is based on perceived effort, not necessarily the number of weight. Quick 10 seconds, drop the weights, they're going to come back up. We got a rainbow transition from Arnold to military, which is what you just did. Arnold, palms face you, palms back out, staying mid-range. So we've got 2 supersets within one circuit. You'll notice first 2 exercises are a pair, second 2 are a pair. Yay, we're being efficient. I'm going up to 20 pounds, 9.1 kilograms for my rowing work. High wide row, upright row. Little bend in those knees. Hinge like warm up. Nice and high and wide. And then upright row. Pulling that weight towards the armpits for your high wide row. And then imagine elbows up and slightly back, like you're knocking somebody out behind you. For those gorilla rows, your goal is to put them back on the ground. So feet have to come wide. You have to sink low into that squat. Chest is parallel to the ground, or as close as you can get it. Some rotation through the torso, but very minimal. Elbow to ceiling, weight towards that torso. So kind of like chest level. And we do it again, starting with our alternating military presses. Quick transition, so make sure your weights are next to you. Got my little bend in my knees, core tight. Avoiding this, pull it in. You can rest those weights on your shoulders in between. That is an option. Rainbow Arnold to military. Your options for this part is to pretty much just lower the weights. But if any part of the move is not working for you, get rid of it. But right now, it's pretty much lower your weight load. Almost done with these. Onto our rows. Oh, let's put these back. Clean up my little area. High wide row, upright row. Hinge, strong core. Try to control the weights on the way down as well. Strong pull, controlled descent. Gorilla row, last time. This workout is flying. Anybody else profusely sweating? Now, if coming down to the ground is just not for you today, bring it up. Still the same motion, just not as much depth. If you have a stable incline surface, you can take the weights to that as well. Quick 30 seconds off. We're going to grab 12 pounds, 5.4 kilograms. We start with a biceps curl external rotation. So bringing those arms up halfway, externally rotate, back center, and down. And then we'll have a toggled hammer curl that will make sense when we get to it. All you need to know is there is no pause in between. 20 on, 20 on, 2 times through. Little bend in those knees. Bring it up halfway, open, in, release. Burning out the biceps. Our intermissions burn out muscles that were either just helping when they were working or are about to be working. Yay! No rest, neutral grip. So we go up, up, down, down. Whichever arm was just down gets to be the one that raises first. So you just go right back into it. That's the easiest way for me to remember or to forget. Halfway, halfway, down, down. Back to your biceps curl, external rotations. Are they burning it? Mine are. Let me tell you, this is like the third time I've done this because the timer keeps malfunctioning. I don't know why. Probably need to update the software. That's my bad. Neutral grip, hammer curl, toggle it out. Oh my goodness. Look at what we are doing with 20-second intervals. No words, right? Come on, we got a water break. There it is. Time for water break number 1. Press the pause button if you need a little extra time. And I'll see you back here. We got some more circuits and another intermission. You'll be done before you know it. I'll see you soon. Welcome back from water break number 1. We're moving on to circuit number 2. Same deal. 4 exercises, 20 on, 10 off, 2 rounds. And then we'll go into intermission number 2. Working with my light weights, this particular circuit, so 8 pounds, 3.6 kilograms, and we'll see how that goes. We're gonna get started in 10 seconds. Oh, this one's fun. Palms forward. It's a rainbow lateral raise. Little bend in those knees. Draw your rainbow, comes forward, right about shoulder height, and back down. So you've got that semicircle. Brace through the core. Exhale to bring it up and center. Your option here, one at a time, might be easier. And relax. Hinge, Y raise. So just like warm up, but we're adding weight. Little bend in those knees. Chest comes towards the ground. Hinge, Y raise. And I want you to stay here. If you need to come up in between, that is definitely an option. Try not to swing the weights. I know it's tough. You can also continue to do this move body weight only. Okay, now we're alternating a forward raise and a high pull, but your arms are doing different things. Just watch, it will make sense. Pick an arm, any arm. One arm forward raises, the other goes into a high pull. So kind of like our upright row, you're elbowing the person behind you, and that forward raise, the weight is coming up about shoulder height. Okay, neutral grip, 4 crisscrosses, shoulder height, and then you get a little respite. I don't like this one. Bring it up around shoulder height, cross it over, cross it over, cross it over, cross, and back down. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this. Little bend in those elbows, so never lock them out. Oh, that was just, yeah, it is a no. So many things are a no. That was a double no, but we're doing it again. Rainbow. Georgie's about to give up. Georgie's the left arm. Starting to slow down. Come on. Hinge, Y raise. Little bend in those knees. Drive them up. You can also just hold one weight and raise it overhead. So, hold either end. Same deal, stay in your hinge. Bring it up. Work slightly different muscles, but you gotta work where you are today. And if that's where you are, that's where you are. All right, here's our brain teaser. Forward raise, high pull. It takes couple reps sometimes to get into, but once you get it, you're off. That, or I'll play back this recording and look at myself and be like, that happens sometimes. For your crisscrosses, you can take the rep count down to 2. 4 is a lot. So there's so many ways to alter this to make it work. I'm doing 4 because I said I would. I don't want to, but obviously I can. So it's want versus, you know, what's actually good for me. Trying is good for me. See it start failing? That's enough. Okay, intermission number 2. Same deal, 2 moves, 20 seconds on a piece with no break in between. No weights. That should scare you, right? No, we're fine. Push-ups. Yay! But then they go away, so we're okay. Pike push-up to start. And then we got a triceps push-up, up, down, a little bit of a combo. But remember, 20 seconds, but there's no rest. Take it up into that inverted V, bringing the crown of the head down towards the ground. Might have to come up onto your toes a little bit. Even if you move 2 inches, it counts. Flatten it out. Triceps push-up, so elbows tuck in and up. And then you're up, down. So forearm plank, full plank, tricep push-up again. Alternate that leading arm if you can remember. Option here, drop right above those knees. Pike push-up, last time. I like to use the excuse that my hair is in the way. And then again, I go back and watch the footage. It's not in the way. I know, this is super tough. Pike push-up, up, down. Are things burning for you? Are you profusely sweating too? Please say yes. Oh my goodness. Done. Thank goodness. Time for your second water break. Press that pause button if you need a little extra time. I'll see you back here. We only have one more circuit left. See you soon. Welcome back from your second water break. It is time for circuit number 3, 4 brand new exercises, and then you're done. We are going to be on the mat, starting out with some chest work, and then we have some more rowing action or some upper back work. Make sure you have your weights available to you. These could be medium or light. Just make sure they're close by so we can transition quickly. We're starting with alternating chest presses. That weight's going to be held above. You're going to alternate tapping triceps towards the ground in 10 seconds. I know it's quick. I'm going to start with 20 pounds, 9.1 kilograms, and we'll go from there. Weights up, tapping one to the ground, back center, the other to the ground, back center, and weight comes right above the sternum. Ooh, I'm really close to that wall. Don't hit it. Core control. Don't twist. Stay where you are, a little break. You're going to bring those weights together, and this does depend on the shape of your weights. So if they can't come together, that's fine. It's a narrow grip chest press. Weights stay smushed together, pressing straight up and above that sternum. You can keep the natural curvature in your spine. You don't necessarily have to keep that strict pelvic tuck. Quick 10-second transition. Oops, kicked the weights. I put them there for easy access and then kicked them. Kneeling, hinge forward, reverse Y. So you're going to hinge from that kneeling position. Glutes push back. Try and find a nice good angle to show you. I feel like that's showing you. Hopefully. And then weights come down. Bear crawl position. I know. We're going to lift those heels off the ground. Knees under hips. Tuck those toes under. Once you have it, renegade row. I mean, you have to have known they were coming. They were in the warm-up. The wider the stance on those feet, the more stable a base. You can also keep those knees planted and row from here. Okay, back at the top, our chest presses. I'm probably going to kick those again, so I'm just warning you. Don't hit the wall. From center, tap, tap. Now I know you guys can transition quicker than me. I'm just trying not to make tons of noise. Out of semi-laziness, I just don't want to edit it. And go back in and try to edit that for your ears. All right? Narrow chest press. No, don't rest the weights on your body like that. They're just not that heavy. So it was okay. If they were heavier, I would not do that. If you can't press those weights together, they just are going to be parallel, shoulder width apart. Okay. Look at that. That was really awkward, but I did kick the weights that time. All right, kneeling reverse fly. But I took my time getting there. So notice I'm hinging and scooting my glutes back ever so slightly. Core is on. Control that descent. All right, last but not least, get out the way. Bear crawl position, renegade rows. Tabletop, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. You will rock a little bit side to side. And I did go down to 15 pounds, 6.8 kilograms for the last two moves. And relax. Did we really just make it to the end like that? Wow. Nicely done. That was fun. I'm just going to move these weights out the way. Take a few deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You don't have to stand up, but if you like to tighten up your workspace, take a couple moments to do that while breathing deeply. Just come up slowly. That way we won't have any dizziness. Prepping for our cool down. It's about 4 minutes long, about 30 seconds per stretch, and then you're out of here. Keep taking your deep breaths. And let's sink it into a child's pose. So you're going to bring those toes together-ish, but separate your knees, and then press your glutes back towards the heels. Right arm reaches through that space that your left knee and your left arm has made, lowering that right shoulder down to the ground, and breathing deeply, simultaneously pushing the glutes towards those heels, left arm ahead, right shoulder down. There's a lot going on. It looks very passive, but it's not. Let's unwind that, come back center, and just switch arms. Left arm now reaches between that space your right knee and your right arm has made. We're going to make our way to standing after this, but we get a little down dog action. Stretch out those hamstrings. We'll stretch for those shoulders. But then we'll make it to standing, I promise. Uncurl that. Find your down dog. Press the chest in between those shoulders. You can pedal out those heels one at a time, or you can stay here in a nice static stretch. Deeply breathing. Bend those knees. Walk the hands back to your feet. Heels come to the ground, chin to chest. Roll it up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders up and back. and release the tension. Let's take that right arm, pull it across, pull above or below that elbow, shoulder down and away from the ears. I know, I fix my clothes a lot. It's just so weird. I'm like overly sensitive to everything. So when I feel it like do this, it bothers me. It's like the wind is not equal on both sides of my stomach. I don't know. It's weird. I know. And release. Pat yourself on the back. Same hand. So right arm, press above or below that elbow. Once you feel stable in that tricep stretch, lean it on over to the left side to get the lats involved. Still breathing deeply with intention, sending the message to the mind and the muscles. We're ready for this to end. Or maybe we're not. Then release. Let's switch left side. Maybe you want to keep the party going. I mean, you could repeat this whole workout if you really wanted to. But it's just enough of a zing that if you really pushed your weight selections, you got what you needed. And like I said at the beginning of the workout, weight selections for this workout might look a little different from the formatting and the sequencing. It's all about perceived effort. Pat yourself on the back, press above or below. Once you got it, reach it up and over. The side is stiff. Keep that breathing going. Heart rate should be at a manageable level. And release. Open up the chest. Rotate those wrists, and we alternate with hugging the tree. Rounding out the spine, chin to chest. Open and close. Holding whichever position might need a little bit more attention for you. One more each. And release. Nicely done. That was a quick workout, and it was fun. I hope it was fun. Anyways, give yourself a clap. Take a victory lap. That was hard work condensed into a short amount of time. Once again, my name is Tasha, and I'm so glad that you joined me, and I hope I get to see you again soon. Workout complete.